What's going on, everybody? Alex here, Nickens Lawn and Landscape. We got another new construction landscape project today, and I'm going to walk you guys through and show you exactly what we're going to be doing. Alright, so right here in front of the house, we're going 4 foot off. We've already got our area prepped. And what we did was take a weed eater, knock it all down. Right there, handy dandy. And then took a tiller and went through, tilled it all up, pulled all the grass chunks out, and now we are down to bare dirt, and we didn't have to add anything. So works out really nice to do that. We do that quite a bit if there doesn't need to be any dirt added. And then we put our stakes here. We had a string line in there, that's gone, but you do that to make sure you get straight lines. But this is what we're left with, basically fresh topsoil. That area over there was the exact same. So over here we're going to be going with 3 spireas. I'm going to do the gold flame spireas, try to put those in there. Those will look really good. That's like a yellow with a pink flower. And then it doesn't look like it here, but you got a good slope coming towards this sidewalk down here. Over there the concrete was a little bit higher, so I had to kind of slope it up there. Looks goofy from here, but that's what we had to do to make it right without there being a void under the sidewalk. And then, like I said, right here is quite a bit lower than it is up there. I guess you can see over there on that brick. So we got good drop, and over there there's nothing we could do about that. So did the best we could. And then so there's gonna be 3 gold flame spireas over here. That's yellow with pink flowers. Then over here we're gonna be going with variegated liriope and boxwoods. Going with the boxwoods, so we have some evergreen in here. We're gonna be going 2 boxwoods over here and 2 boxwoods over there, and then a liriope in between each of the boxwoods. So it'll look pretty good. And like I said, then we'll have some evergreen over here, and then we'll have the nice color over here in the summertime. So, and then those liriope will also get purple flowers. So we'll have green, purple, you'll have the white tips on the liriope, then you'll have yellow and pink over here. So with 13 plants, we're going to be packing a lot of color, and also have some evergreens. And then over here, so there's our Palisade 540 square foot from Heartland Turf Farms. If you guys follow along with us, you have seen that, but this is where this is going to be going. So over on this side, this never got quite finished up after the concrete. So we are going to be, and you can't really tell here, I guess you can see a little bit, but that's a mound of dirt right there. So we're going to be moving this dirt right here up along the driveway there, and then of course putting that sod there. So we'll be getting that all looking good and plumb. And then from the driveway here, going along the garage over to these steps, we're going to be installing stepping stones. We got to build that dirt up a little bit, then we're going to have to put some grade 8 down there, and then we'll put those stepping stones in there. They're pretty big. This is a 30-foot run, and I think we've got like 11 steps, so they're pretty big. That should go fairly quickly. We're going to be putting edging along here, and then we'll be putting decorative rock in between the stones. And then down here, going from, you can kind of see the line here, so from that line right there all the way down to that line is going to be rock. And this is just a weird hill, kind of steep. If you got any kind of slick, it'd be pretty dangerous to push mow. And of course a riding mower is not going to be able to get through there safely either. It's only about a 4-foot gap in between those 2 walls. So that's all going to be getting rocked with edging down there and edging up here, and that's going to slide down that hill, of course, but there's only so much we can do about that. So we'll be putting rock down there, walkway with stepping stones over here, sod all along this driveway, and then the fresh landscape up here. So that is pretty much the scope of work for this one, guys. We'll get moving along here and try to beat the weather. Looks like we got some rain coming in. I'll check up with you guys whenever we get a little further along here. Quick tip when you're installing your weed barrier here, you get as close as you can to these edges. Little miscut right there, but everything else is as close as I could possibly get it. And you'll see chunks of concrete hanging off the edge there, and that's going to be my point here, is when you're going along, especially new construction, when all that rock is fresh, and you're trying to drive stakes in along a sidewalk or driveway, it can be difficult sometimes. And there where you see dirt, That's because there's excess concrete down there and you can't get those pins, so I had to sit there and hammer that, and it ends up pulling the weed barrier down. But along this concrete, especially new construction, like I said, you're going to have a time getting those pins in along the edge. So just get them as close as you can and move along. Don't spend too much time on one pin. And another thing you can do to make sure that you get your weeds under control, which is what this fabric's all about, you can go along these edges and spray with like some Roundup or something similar to that. I know it's not the best thing to use, and there's all kinds of commercials about it now, but some kind of weed killer. You can go along these edges and just hit that dirt, and you'll be amazed at how long it'll last if you just go ahead and quickly spray that. Everything else is covered obviously in good shape, but those edges are where your weeds are going to come in and where your problem areas are going to be. So by spraying that all initially whenever we install this, it'll ensure a lot longer that this bed is weed free. Alright guys, a couple hours later, and here's where we are. We are getting the plants in the ground, or trying to at least. We got the holes dug out, plants all sitting where they need to be. We've got the variegated liriape, like I said, got the white tips, and they actually have the purple flower on it now. So you got green, white, and purple there. These are boxwoods. These are the baby gem. So those are good looking. More liriape, boxwood, liriape, boxwood, liriape, boxwood, and that's that side. So like I said, 4 boxwoods and 6 liriape. And then over here we got some rock going down, and we've got our spireas, and these are golden mound spireas. I'll show you guys the tags real quick for these 3. So this is what we got. You can focus. Liriape, variegata, golden mound spirea, and the baby gem boxwood. This is what we got. And these all came from Denham Nursery, which is just right down the road from us. So easy choice to go there and get our plants, but that's what we're working with, keeping it simple. And then we've got 2 stacks right there, one for us to keep in our file and one for the customer. So that's where we're at right now. Get moving along. Won't take us too much more time here in the front. Like I said, that edging is the exact same as this stuff. This has just been on there for a while, and honestly that's pretty dirty, but that's exactly what that is. So, and here's the stepping stones we're working with. I'd say they're about 2.5 feet long. Yeah, a little bit over 2 foot. But we got our fabric down here. We'll be putting grade 8 on this, just a couple inches, and then we'll be putting those stones on top of there. So it'll be a nice walkway, and then we'll have our decorative rock between there. And then as you can see here, we got our hill done. So we got edging down there, just following the contour of the ground, going up to that fence. We've got edging along the fence there, and then we've got our rock coming up here to more edging. So, and then there'll be edging along here where that string line is, basically along that walkway. And last but not least, we get this sod done over here. So not too much more to go. We'll get this one wrapped up, and it is Friday, so it's always a good day on Friday. I'm going to get the grade 8 first, because that's got to go down in order for those stepping stones to go down, and then we have to put the decorative rock in between the stepping stones, so we wouldn't be able to run all the decorative rock out of the truck if we didn't get the grade 8 first. We cannot get a break in this freaking rain. It's coming again. I don't know if you can see that, but it's dark over there. Every single day it feels like. Well, we got the sod down, we got the grade 8 down, the base for those stepping stones, got all the plants in. The only thing we got left to do is finish those stepping stones, the edging around that, and the rock in the front. So hopefully we'll get her done, but only so much we can do. Mother Nature, can't live with her, can't live without her. Well, we finished up, got rained on, had to battle a little adversity here, but we got it all finished up. I'll show you real quick what it looks like. This is how it turned out. I think it looks pretty good. It's able to break a piece and fit it in perfect right there, so that turned out good. That's what you have. And it's nice when you can tie in the edging, something with the house. So over here, these babies will be full of color. You can see the yellow now, but they'll have the pink flowers. And then over there. And then this side. Sod, like I said. Sodded all this. Fixed the neighbor's landscape. Sod around there. And our walkway. These are big stepping stones. That's what you got going down this way. So again, that's the edging from the house. The only thing that sucks is like right there, you can tell that one is not the same width as the other one. Down there, that one was angled. Some of them were just different, so it looks kind of teetery-tottery, but he had those like already, like I said, so we used them up. He had these boulders too. Put those in there, so turned out pretty good. Sod all along here. And he's going to be adding one more step right there. I need to mention that. He's going to be putting a wood step right there. The grade was just too much. I left a pile of rock right there for him to spread around if he needs it, but that's the only thing left to be done. This project is a wrap, so our part's done. So on to the next one, and they have an open house Sunday 1 to 4.